I've been watching more of Glenn Hall's videos, and this guy, he thinks a lot about his position with the flat Earth versus the round Earth or some other shape of Earth. And because he thinks a lot about it, he's open to new ideas and he's open to conversation. And I'm so glad that he is. So for this reason, I've decided to make a response video to one of his videos where he talks about a problem with the ball Earth and the flat Earth. In this video, I plan to prove to Glenn Hall, and I hope that he is watching, through a logical proof, that the Earth is indeed round, using the givens in your own video. I have to introduce one more given, but I think you'll see why in a little bit. First, let's show a clip from your 18-minute video.
Let's look at this globe. They tell us, consider that you're the sun, and the sun is looking at the Earth. They tell us that the sun shines directly on the equator at this time of the autumnal equinox. And so this supposedly would be directed exactly at the sun. Now, how does it make sense then that a city, Bogota here, could have the same length of day now, with the sun being right here on the equator, as does Quebec, as does Ushuaia down here? How could that possibly be? When you look at the tilt of the Earth and the way that this is tilting away up here and also down here, and yet the sun directly shining on the equator, how is it that you could have the times of the day being 12 hours exactly the same? That seems to me to be an impossibility on a globe.
Like I said, this is an 18-minute video, and there's a lot of faffing about with times and when cities have sunrise and sunset, and showing that all of these cities have a 12-hour day, and that these cities are fairly aligned going from north to south. So his main contention throughout all of this is, how is it that these cities all have a 12-hour day when it appears that they shouldn't, especially if you have a flat Earth, but also if you have a round Earth. Okay, that was a lot to digest, but I think I've been able to condense that down into 3 different givens. I'll show them on the screen now. After watching your clip from the video, we can make 3 statements, 3 givens. But we can't get anywhere with these givens. Not really. We can't make a logical conclusion. For the sake of convenience, I will go through what these givens say. First, we need to define what A means. A means that all cities are on the morning terminator at the same time, all cities experience noon at the same time, and all cities are on the evening terminator at the same time. This is the same as saying M and N and E. So A basically means that city has a 12-hour day, no matter where it is on the Earth during a spring or fall equinox. Okay, cool. So A, therefore R. So if all cities have a 12-hour day on an equinox, then the Earth is round. Alright, that's our given. That's our first given. Our second given, if the Earth is flat, then the sun rotates above the Earth. This is in reference to this idea that the sun is this ball that travels over the surface of a flat Earth. And third, if the sun rotates above the Earth, again in that reference, then not all cities have a 12-hour day during a spring or fall equinox. I think that you will agree that all of these givens are true according to your clip from your video. But like I said earlier, there's nothing we can really do with these. We need to prove one of these variables as being true. Either we need to prove that A is true, or we need to prove that A is not true. Once we can do that, we can start going through this logical progression and come to a conclusion about whether the Earth is round or flat. Here we have an object which represents our Earth. It is, as you can see, inclined at 23.5 degrees, and it has an equator. It also has these 4 red cities, each of them perfectly aligned on the morning terminator. What I'm going to do is rotate from morning to evening. They're all at the morning terminator at the same time. You'll notice that as I come toward noon, they're all reaching noon at the same time. Then as I come to evening, the evening terminator, they all reach the evening terminator at the same time. Alright? This should prove, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that any city during any equinox will have a 12-hour day. After that clip, I think you'll agree with me that we can now make A another given. I'm not going to label it as a given, just for my own reasons. It doesn't matter. It's still a given. So we now have A as being true. If A, then R is our first given. That means that the Earth is round. This is proven through a modus ponens using lines 1 and 4. I'm going to stop the proof here for a second because I'm not sure that everybody watching knows what a modus ponens is, so I'm going to explain it as quickly as I can. A modus ponens just states P, then it states P, then Q, and finally therefore Q. That's kind of confusing, so let me put it into words. Let's say P. This is the same as saying the pie is delicious. Then the next line, P then Q. This is the same as saying, if the pie is delicious, then I will eat it. Then finally, we have therefore Q. This is the same as therefore I will eat it. So altogether, the pie is delicious. If the pie is delicious, then I will eat it. Therefore, I will eat it. Here's the full proof that the Earth is not flat. First we say, on line 5, if the Earth is flat, then not all cities have a 12-hour day. This is proven through a hypothetical syllogism using lines 2 and 3. Again, I'm going to pause the proof just for a second because I'm not sure that everybody is on the same page with a hypothetical syllogism or knows what that is. So very quickly, the formal definition of the hypothetical syllogism is, first, P then Q, second, Q then R, therefore P then R. Now again, that's really confusing and really just too, what's the right word, sterile, I guess you would say. So let's again use our pie. So we could say, first, if the pie is raspberry, then it is delicious. Second, if it is delicious, then I will eat it. Therefore, if the pie is raspberry, then I will eat it. On line 6 we say, the Earth is not flat, or all cities do not have a 12-hour day. This is proven through a conditional identity on line 5. On line 7 we say, all cities do not have a 12-hour day, or the Earth is not flat. This is through the commutative law using line 6. Line 8 we say, if all cities have a 12-hour day, then the Earth is not flat. This is through a conditional identity, again, using line 7. Finally, using a modus ponens from lines 4 and 8, we show that the Earth is not flat. Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, then please like this video, and if you really liked it, then please think about subscribing to my channel because that would be super awesome. Also, if you have any criticisms or compliments or anything else that you'd like to say, please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to receive any constructive criticisms or compliments that I can get. And if you want to have a conversation, I'm open to that too. You know, I'm a friendly guy. Anyway, Glenn Hall, I hope you watch this video. I try to be very respectful. And until then, I'm Conan Horace. Have fun.